Hey, what's up, experienced coaches? Glad to get a chance to connect with you on this week's huddle. Sorry about a lack of a video huddle last week with the Thanksgiving holidays. I didn't take my computer with me to Kentucky and then realized I had no way to record. So I appreciate your guys' patience on that, and just looking forward to connecting with you this week. It's an exciting weekend as we're going to launch week one of Holiday Revolution, which is going to be a church-wide series that also is actually going to include our Collide series on Wednesday nights. So this is some amazing stuff that's going to be happening over the next little bit as we get to celebrate the holidays together. And I'm just really looking forward to getting a chance to be back with so many of you guys. I know there's been a lot of people traveling and lots going on, so it's going to be great to just see our teams and encourage them. It's a great week, coaches. If you haven't in a while, just reach out to your team members and just let them know how much you care about them, how much you appreciate their connection and commitment to the vision of Next Level Church and what we're doing as we create this place that people love so they can experience a loving God. And I was just reminded again, Carlotta was telling me this story this week. You know, sometimes we never know the impact we're going to have on people, and sometimes the impact that we may have on people even who don't even make it to a service. She was telling me about a couple of guys who kind of wandered in last week, and they were kind of in the in-between service time. There were two guys from Wales, and they had actually come to Coconut Point to stop in at the Apple Store, which didn't happen to open until 11 o'clock. So for whatever reason, they found their way into the theater and didn't even end up staying for the service, but just an opportunity for them to experience the first impression and the host team feeling that sense of welcome. And you know, who knows but what there was a seed planted there that we may never know on this side of eternity what God chooses to do with that. But I'm just thankful that we are a welcoming and friendly place for everybody who comes in the door, and that we have an opportunity to share the love of Christ and the hope of Christ in our engagement and in our welcome and in everything that we say and do. So, coaches, I would just encourage you this week, man, just take a minute and send a text or a call, a quick email to your team members, and just let them know how much we appreciate them. I've never met a team member who doesn't feel extra energized by just hearing an encouraging word from their coach. And really, I was just reminded again, you know, you guys, you're doing such a great job. I mean, we've had so many people say to us again and again how incredibly welcome they have felt, how incredibly engaged they have felt from the moment they reached the front, the front of the building, not even in the front doors, but the first impressions team and then our host team, our cafe team who's creating this incredible environment with donuts and coffee, host and auditorium team who are serving so well in that way, safety team who's providing, who is ministering through a secure environment, our prayer team who are lifting people up all the time and are willing to kind of walk beside people through those spiritual challenges. People are just saying again and again how encouraged they are, how excited about what we're doing, and I just believe that we're beginning a season where there are people, honestly, who may never come to church for the majority of the year, but are going to not just be giving Christmas Eve services a try, although we hope that that's the case, but who may give church a try for the first time in a long time. And so let's just lean into this weekend prayerfully and excitedly, but also really kind of working hard to keep that new person in mind. And so how can we engage them? How can we make them feel welcome? And again, you guys are doing such a great job in that, but we just believe that there are hundreds of people who still have yet to be reached, thousands of people who have been yet to be reached who live within just a few miles of the Coconut Point location. And we believe that God is going to give us opportunities to walk alongside them in this month of December, and for many, many of them to make decisions to follow Christ. For many, many of them, we hope as well to make decisions to become a part of what's happening here at Next Level Coconut Point. I love you guys. I just appreciate you. You are leading well. If there's anything that we can do to help you as far as scheduling, just keep letting us know about that. One of the things that we want to make sure that you know, you probably do know this, but if you don't know this, we are actually going to be engaged pretty heavily in the Christmas Eve services on December 23rd and 24th that take place at Barbara B. Mann. We will not be having services at the theater on Sunday, December 25th. So you can begin to relay that information to your teams. If you've looked on Planning Center, if you've looked at the scheduling side of that, or your admin coordinators have asked about that, there's not a space to plan and to schedule for December 25th. That is correct. And for your information as well, we've locations, all three locations of Next Level Church. On Sunday, January 1st, we're only going to be having the 10:45 service. So as you look at scheduling in that way, we know New Year's Eve is going to be a late night. We wanted to make sure that we create an environment where we want people to come and be a part of the experience. And so we're actually working on some kind of extra special stuff to go into that Sunday, January 1st experience following the 10:45 service. And we'll be telling you more details about that in the days to come, that you can kind of share that. But as you look specifically at scheduling, we wanted you to be aware of those two things so that you can kind of relay those to your team and they can be aware of this as well. Just looking forward to connecting with you guys. Let's pray, and then we'll wrap up this week's huddle. Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for these teams. Thank you for all that you're doing and the life change that you're bringing about both in us and through us at Next Level Church at Coconut Point. I just pray your richest blessing upon our coaches. God, thank you so much for how they lead with passion, how they lead with hearts of love, how they lead with wisdom and insight that is coming from your Holy Spirit. And I just pray that they would be encouraged tonight, Lord, for their teams, that they would feel your presence. And just, God, thank you so much for everything that's happening and for what you're doing among us. And so we just look forward with anticipation as coaches and as teams to what you're going to do over this next month in this Holiday Revolution series. And also, we just look forward with anticipation of how you're going to bring people into your kingdom. You're going to invite people home, both through this series and specifically through Christmas Eve. And we're just excited about that and excited about what Christmas means to us, because the Christ child is not just a baby in a manger, but has come to live on the inside of us. And we thank you for that in Jesus' name. Amen. So thanks, guys. Thanks so much for engaging with this. You'll notice that there is information for pretty much each of our teams related to that you can pass on to the teams in the email that is along with this video. So thanks, guys. Hope you have a great evening. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you at team night on Friday night, and looking forward to seeing you on Sunday as we get a chance to connect together. Have a great weekend, everybody.